In ancient times, there was a fisherman named Su who lived on the outskirts of Zeugma. His occupation was fishing. Every night, he would carry wine to the river, drink, and fish. He had a ritual of pouring some wine on the ground as an offering, praying that the river spirits might drink. This had become his routine. While other fishermen typically had poor catches, Su always managed to fill his basket. One evening, as Su was drinking alone by the river, a young man appeared beside him. Su invited him to drink together, and the young man agreed. Despite their shared night, Su caught no fish. The young man then went downstream to help Su catch fish. The young man returned, claiming that the fish had arrived. Su indeed caught several large fish. The young man declined Su's offer of fish, saying that it was his way of repaying Su for his hospitality, and promised to visit frequently. He introduced himself as William VI. After a brief conversation, they parted ways. The next day, Su continued fishing and buying more wine. William VI came every night to assist Su with fishing. After 6 months, William VI told Su that they must part ways. He sorrowfully revealed that he was actually a spirit who had been helping Su catch fish in return for Su's offerings. Now that his task was complete, he would be reborn the next day. Su was initially startled, but, having grown familiar with William, was no longer fearful. He expressed that it was a joyful event and should be celebrated. William VI informed Su that his replacement would be a woman who would drown in the river. Su decided not to save her, understanding that this was the sign of the end of William's service. William VI then bade farewell and advised Su to remember their friendship and visit again if possible. Su traveled to Chalcedon to find the shrine of William VI. The locals were surprised by his visit and explained the shrine's significance. Su performed a ritual at the shrine, expressing his gratitude. A wind began to swirl around him, signifying that William's spirit was still present. As Su prepared to leave, the villagers warmly provided him with many gifts and hoped he would not forget them. Su promised to remember their friendship, despite the distance. Upon returning home, Su's life improved, and he no longer needed to fish. He reflected on his experiences with William VI and believed that William's spirit continued to exist.